What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Good, the Bad and the Stupid. It's Tuesday the 23rd of June. Hope you're well. If you're watching on the video on YouTube, which you're not because most of you listen to it on the podcast, but if you do watch it on the video on YouTube, yes, there's videos on YouTube. It's a little bit wonky because I broke the tripod and I had it perfect after fixing it. I had it just about perfect and I was just about to get started. And I wanted to adjust it a little bit. I shouldn't have touched it, and then it fell off, and I've been mucking about it for another half an hour or so. That is the behind the scenes. You know what David Attenborough program, when David Attenborough does the, not quite obviously, but David Attenborough, they do the Planet Earth and whatever, and at the end they give you 10 minutes of how they did it and how they all the cock-ups and all the background stuff that goes on, how they spend weeks trying to get that perfect shot or that to catch even a glimpse of some of the animals and whatever. Well, it's a little bit like that, but not quite, because mine was only half an hour of mucking about with the broken tripod. But hey, you know, it's just give me something to talk about because there isn't much to talk about in the news. If I make a good show out of this, then I am the king of podcasts, that's for sure. And I want to get some votes off you, whoever's listening, whatever country you're in. I want votes, king of the podcasts, or whatever it is, the podcast awards, whatever the fuck that is. I'm only joking. I don't think I would even make the top 1,000. There's millions of podcasts in the world, millions. I'm like a spot on the arse of the fucking biggest podcast. So anyway, but it doesn't mean it's not good. That's for sure. You found it, so you're the lucky ones. Anyway, what I was going to say, the pubs are going to be open soon, 2 weeks' time. Everybody's rubbing their hands with glee. But I bet some people are not going to be able to even get in because they're still going to have rules or whatever, although they're relaxing the 2 metre rule. But what did I see earlier on? They're going to have to ask people ID or something or other to see whether people are, because of the contact tracing. Somehow, I think it's something to do with the fact that they can tell whether you've got or should be isolating, but instead you're at the pub getting pissed. So they're going to be IDing people and checking who you are. So everyone's going to have to, but now they've warned us now, so everybody's going to like dodge that bullet, ain't they? And like send a mate up the bar and whatever else. And they said they're going to be asking people ID of all ages. So that's going to embarrass a few older people that look young and they don't want to give their age. You know, when you're like about 60, but you like tell everybody you're 45, and then you've got to like give them, can you ask your age, please? And like you're with all your friends that you've told that you're 45, and like, you're gonna have to get some false ID, and yeah, we're gonna have to all, not me of course, because I don't mind telling them I'm 23. That's fine. But that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to. You're going to have to try and find a way of saying it with sign language or something without anybody looking, or say everybody, right, you wait there because I'm going to the bar and they're going to ask me my age, and you're not going to know. I'm not going to tell you. Especially if it's a relationship. You know, some of these relationships where they don't, especially the ladies don't tell you the correct age. I've heard that story before where a bloke's thought that his missus or his girlfriend was like, I don't know, say 40, and he's thought that for about 5 years, and then one day he finds out that she's 50, and he's like fucking hits the roof because it doesn't matter because she looks well and she looks good, but then it's still fucking a bit of a skullduggery, isn't it? A bit of a lie. You know, so how do you deal with it? I don't know whether you know, how do you deal with that? She can hardly, like, you know, just go and buy him like a slap up meat or buy him like a gift or whatever to get him over it or whatever. That's like 10 years off his life, especially if he was 50 and he thought he was doing well at 40. You're getting a girl who's 10 years younger than him. He thought he was the lad, the man and everything, and all of a sudden she goes, no, I'm 50 or I'm 52. He's like, oh, fuck that. I'm not going out with somebody who's older than me if he's like a, you know, shallow-minded guy. He was after a young girl and he thought he had it. Well, you know, ignorance is bliss. Better just not knowing. She shouldn't have. I don't know how she slipped up anyway, but she dropped a clanger there. Maybe a 50th birthday card come through the door off some fucking far-flung friend that didn't, you know, wasn't in on on the what's it called? What we're going to call it? I was going to say a lie, but on the bended truth. That's what I'm going to say. The bended, real big bend. You know, the way you heat metal, and then you fucking bend. It's one of those, like a real fucking hard to call it anything other than a lie. But anyway, I'll let her get away with it because I bet she looked amazing. If she looked 40, that's all good. Anyway, I've got to get off that. I'm going to move on to a druid. A druid, if you don't know what a druid is, neither do I. But it's somebody who's into the King Arthur and is into the olden days. He likes to dress up like that mythical situation, paganism from the, you know, footnotes, medieval days basically. And he was going to they like to go to Stonehenge for the summer solstice, the longest day. And he was on his way there. And because everywhere around there is paid parking, he wouldn't pay any parking because he said it was against paganism to pay the parking charge. £15, fucking hell, it's a piss take. 15 quid a day. So he went off to find some free parking miles away. And when he come back, he missed the summer solstice. So he missed what he'd travelled all the way there for. So he's got sour grapes now because he was late, and he's suing the police because of the parking fine. He ain't gonna win that, is he? But I like his druid balls. He's trying it on. He's gonna try and he's that angry. He's almost like this guy that's trying to send trying to send some lamps back to me that I sold him that got broke in the delivery. I sent him 4, 2 got broke, so I said I'd take the 2 back and reimburse him. But he said no, I want to send all 4 back. I said I'm not sending all 4 back, and he said he is, and I said I'm going to send the parcel back to you. I'm not going to accept the parcel. So we're in a bit of he's quoting, what's he called? He's quoting consumer rights, and I'm like, I said it's a private sale. There's no consumer rights. Even, like, you know, you got very fucking few consumer rights. So I think I'm in the right, and he thinks he's in the right. So we're going to see how that one's going to come out. Anyway, this druid is pissed off, and he's going to be suing the police. So he's going to be losing a lot of money, but I'm not getting nowhere with that. But he's doing it for the pagans. He's like, it'll probably take him till next summer solstice to fucking get an answer, get his final, and when it comes, probably this time next year, he'll end up having to pay all the court fees, all the solicitor fees himself, and he'll just be done with paganism. He'll be done with being a druid. He said he'll say I ain't going to do fucking Stonehenge ever again after that because it's tainted the whole situation. Every time I go near the place, I think about that time when I lost a fortune trying to sue the police because of the £15 parking charge. That's where it gets you. You got to pick your battles, and a lot of times you lose fucking shit like that, even though you think you're doing all the righteous one. But unfortunately, it's written on the wall. Anyway, a couple moved into a house and they found that it was a couple moved into a house and it was what's it called? It was infested with 160,000 bees that were up the chimney. What I wanted to know is how the fuck do they know that? You can't. How the hell do you count 160,000 bees? Because the blokes they've called in a beekeeper and he's tried to move them. And he's moved 54,000 so far. He's moved, and he's got stung 160 times. Now he could easily count how many times he got stung because I'm pretty certain that would be very easy to calculate. Right, bang, 1, 2, ow, 3, 4, ow, 5, and then you're going to have all the red dots to account for it. But how does he know he's moved 54,000 bees? He's got he must be like a savant, you know, them like ones off like Rain Man, with them blokes who can just look or read a book just by turning the pages, and who can like look at, I don't know, a humongous calculation on the wall and just come, yeah, that's 32, and just calculate it like that, like a human brain calculator. They must have called in a savant to calculate how many bees are there, because no way in the world you're going to be able to work that out, especially when imagine you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get up to 1,000, all of a sudden they all move around, they all buzz about, you know, oh, bollocks, I have to go back to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll be forever. So I think they're just making up the figures there to make it sound good. 165, but they had like big honeycombs and everything in there. Apparently he's looking for the queen, so we can take the queen and all the bees will follow then, like the Pied Piper. Should have just done that instead of moving 54,000 already, which is probably only 20,000. He's just trying to make it sound better than it is. What's it called? Bold Tories could soon be. I spoke about this the other day off my own idea, and Bold Tories could soon be booking a room with a heavenly view in space. The technology to take us on an out of this world holiday in a space hotel is being developed. Elon Musk got to get on. He's bound to be in on that, or he'll create one either as well or quicker. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Get up to like a space cruise. That's amazing. Get me on that. I'll go on that one. I mean, I'm actually saying that cruises. I haven't been on a ship cruise. I'd like to go on a ship cruise if it was for a certain age range, or if it was like. In fact, there's a brilliant one in America I want to go on. It's called the Jam Cruise. I want to go on that one. It's a funk and soul fucking cruise. Now that one, that's up my street. But them ones where it's just like a load of old couples on there, you know, with their retirement money. No, that one is just not going to be for me. It'd probably end up being like a big secret swingers cruise, wouldn't it? That you wouldn't even know. You didn't know until you got on there, and all of a sudden, the blokes have all got clip-on ponytails and everything, and you know they'll get all smarmy. Go in of a day. They're all normal in the day, and then they get changed and come out of a night, and they're all like slimy and like putting it on your missus and everything, and sitting a bit too close and putting their hand on your knee, and getting like that. And they've like next thing you know, that you realise now that why they've just bought you loads of double fucking cocktails and everything, and now you're a bit pissed, and you're questioning whether you're feeling frisky or not. They know how to work it. They know how to, you know. Him and his wife sit on either side of you and your wife, and all of a sudden they're both touching your knees and everything. You're trapped behind the table, and like you know, all of a sudden you're going to go and have to lock yourself in the room for the next 10 days of the holiday because everybody's out. It's almost like a fucking swinging vampires club because they all turn into swingers of a night, and you're the only couple that they all haven't had yet. So I've created a story there. I mean, anybody been on that? Everybody been on that situation? I'm sure he has. Anyway, but up in space, you're even fucking further away from land. There's no getting out of that one. Swinging party in space. But anyway, yeah. So I'd have to check the clientele first and see what's going on, because if they, at the very least, if they're all a good looking bunch, then I wouldn't mind it so much. But if it's a load of fucking, you know, old varicose vein old men and fucking women with wigs who are all like, you know, way past their sell-by dates, and they're all trying to hit on you, no thank you very much. Pluto, anyway, let's get off that. I'd like to go on a space holiday though, definitely. I would like to go up there, at least get a bit closer to my alien mates, and you know, see if I can hear the signals a little bit louder, and in the head the little knocking noise. Anyway, Pluto has been home to a vast ocean for 4.5 billion years. So there's oceans on Pluto, therefore there's got to be life. There's 100%, unless there's fucking they're idiots like us who fucking are destroying the oceans and have like killed most of the marine life. Even we've still got a bit of fucking life in the ocean, even if it is full of plastic and full of fucking poison and fucking toxic waste that's been chucked in the sea, mercury. You know, even if we have got life in there like that, there's pretty much, you know, on its last legs, or what's the word? Evolving into some fucking twisted, poisoned animal that will fucking, you know, be poisonous to eat. Anyway, but yeah, Pluto, they've got like an ocean up there, so you know we got to get up there. We're going to be called these people Plutonians. We got to get up and meet the Plutonians. Bound to be people up there. Bound to be what's it called? Life in the ocean. Anyway, unless hang on. Oh, it's been slowly freezing for all of our solar system history, so we need to unfreeze the ocean over there, or at least fucking send something down there. Send an Eskimo up there to drill a hole. Send like astronaut Eskimos up there, and they'll go down onto the frozen ice. They'll drill one of those big circular holes, and then they'll like send something down and see if they can pull out some life It'd be like a weird fish with about fucking 100 eyes, loads of teeth, straight up the fucking fishing rod, and then bite the Eskimo's head off and jump back down and say, sorry mate, if anybody's going to be eating anybody around here, it's going to be us eating you. This is Pluto, not fucking scummy Earth, where you fucking destroy our habitat. Anyway, let's move on. We're getting there. I'll tell you what, I didn't pull much out, but I've managed to talk. Whether it's fucking interesting or not, we'll only tell. I'll check how the numbers go when I look back and see how many people were listening. What was I going to say? Man-made, speak of the devil, man-made pollution. Literally, we're the devil. Man-made pollution has reached the deepest spot in the ocean, more than 6 miles down. So I've told you we just poisoned the ocean, and now we've hit the lowest possible part. That's where fucking there's a packet of crisps with Gary Lineker's face has floated all the way fucking down to the bottom of the ocean. Mercury has been found in the Marianas Trench in the Western Pacific. It gets into the atmosphere from fossil fuels and then transported in rainfall. Some of the mercury is naturally produced, but it's likely most of it has come from human activity. So therefore, it's now everywhere. We've poisoned everywhere, even the deepest fucking part of the ocean. So it's only a matter of time before you can't fucking pull anything out of the ocean that isn't poisonous. Some fucking parts of the ocean, to swim in it's poisonous. I mean, like some of the lakes or some of the rivers in England, if you swim in them, you fucking bound to, like, your legs will fall off. You'll end up with gangrene in your toes, which will fucking slowly creep up your legs, and then you'll have to have your legs off. So that's how we've destroyed our waterway system. So that's coming to an ocean near you. Especially when people are chucking in fucking toxic waste and everything, like out of the factories. Look at that place in America. The one who was doing all the, what's it called? Doing all the pots and pans, the Teflon. The Teflon fuckers with the Teflon pans. Poisoned the towns and poisoned the riverways and poisoned the water. So everybody over there's got cancer and fucking dying. You know, and they just chuck it in the water without a thought. Other thinking about his profit first. Shareholders, all of a sudden, everybody living in the area are all fucked. And I bet you every single person who works at the factory don't fucking live in the area. Or everybody that's like of a level that's not like cannon fodder workforce. They all like fucking live elsewhere and don't drink the water. But nobody else gets told that, unfortunately. Anyway, that's because you gotta use your own brain and fucking work out who's, you know, if you live in a place like, I mean, the people know, but they couldn't do anything about it. In fact, there's a good film with Mark Ruffalo in it, I think. I'm gonna have to watch it. It's something along those lines. It's about that. Anyway, this is meant to be humorous, but there's no humour in that, is there? Not really. The only humour in that is if the fucking factory got blown up by a Guy Fawkes or somebody. Obviously, Guy Fawkes didn't succeed, but you need some terror, you know, not an IRA, but fucking, you know, the people's army of that fucking town to all come together and blow the fucking factory up with all the fucking owners in it, blow it up and let them fucking burn to death in their own poison. Right, don't do that. Don't do that on the back of what I've just said. Do it a different way so that I don't get implicated. Haggis is the food disliked by most diners who've never tried it. Japanese dishes, I don't like haggis and I've never tried it, and I don't eat meat, so I definitely wouldn't. No more. I used to, but Japanese dishes, sushi and sashimi complete the top 3 meals. Well, I don't think I would like anything at the penis restaurant in Japan either. Or was it in China? There's a penis restaurant. I wouldn't like. I've never been there, and I've never tried it. But 100%, that is the top of my list. They've got every penis of every fucking animal on the menu, and people, and it's packed. Everyone's going in there. I think I'm going to try the. I'm going to try the fucking the buffalo penis tonight, thank you. And my wife, she's going to have the cat penis. She's not very hungry, or she likes to keep her slim. Keep slim. And I wanted to purr for me later on tonight. That one worked this time. I tried a purr joke the other day, didn't work. Last one, a squirrel has ditched its nuts in favour of a KFC. there you go. Fat road. We're gonna have fat fucking rodents. Squirrel's a rodent, isn't it? But we're gonna have fat fucking junk food squirrels. They're not going to be able to do their running up the trees and doing their backyard assault courses. They're going to fucking fall off at the first attempt. They're going to be big fat, with the pants hanging out the back of their squirrel trousers. Fucking, the big bare squirrel arse sticking out the top. It ain't going to go fucking well. Imagine he's buried his KFC. He's going to have some fucking shock when he wakes up in 6 months' time and it's all just a bone. So that way they're going to be dying out anyway because they won't have no food because they were fucking burying food that goes off. Unless they bury a McDonald's, because a McDonald's just fucking stays the same. No matter what you do to it, it stays like it for 25 years. So, but unfortunately they'll die of every fucking illness going. The cancers and the fucking heart disease and everything else, because that's what nutrients McDonald's will give to you, especially if it's been buried for 6 months. And a squirrel. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I think I've talked myself into a lot of you saying, I fucking like McDonald's, you fucking arsehole. Stop dissing our food. And I like eating squirrels as well while I'm at it. Don't eat squirrels. Not on my podcast. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll do another one tomorrow. See you later. For now, bye.